For the last 4 years, I've been living in a city. I didn't have a garden and my apartment was the size of a garage. In fact, it used to be a garage. About 50 days ago, I moved in with my girlfriend and 7 kittens in a yurt. She's been living here for a few years, and as much as I'd love to go full Steve Jobs mode and have one knife, one cutting board and one pan, that's not the case. Oh, and if you're wondering about the mess, that's because we moved everything out of the yurt last week to do maintenance. Minimalism brings me peace because there's no visual clutter. It can be used as a coping mechanism for dealing with a scattered mind. When I was young, I had countless unfinished projects laying around. A homemade wooden bow and arrow, a half-burnt homemade candle with a wick that produced way too much smoke, Legos, a few spiders caught in a jar, drawings. And when I grew older and it came time to study, all these things seemed more attractive. So I never got my work done. I got rid of all the fun things so I could focus on my study. And in a sense, minimalism made my life more focused and less fun. So, if you're a minimalist and you're wondering where all the fun in your life went, add some unnecessary chaos and follow your impulses, and your day might just look a bit like this. After cutting the grass, we wanted to plant the saplings that we grew earlier this month, but we figured that the worm hotel was broken, so I first had to fix that. And if you think this is gross, wait until you see the slug graveyard from hunting slugs every night. It's a massive battle. We are using eggshells, we're picking them, we are using copper, sheep wool, ash, coffee ground, all to protect these small plants here. I'm planting some coriander and later I will be planting some broccoli. This is our cat Mies. She's still quite young, but last month she gave birth. We heard noises coming from under the bed in the middle of the night, and she was looking very confused at a tiny little kitten. So we checked if she was alright, and she was. The next morning we found 7 tiny kittens under our bed, and now they are slowly starting to discover the yurt and the garden. There's a few plants that don't get eaten by slugs, one of which is Indian cress. It tastes a bit like radish, a little bit spicy. Here we are making some lunch. We're eating that at the other side of the food forest at some friends. It's a 1-minute walk through our Willow Arch, which we made a few months ago from willow branches, and now it's fully green. And once we got there, the neighbor's dog thought it was necessary to show us how to properly make love. Everything in life is experienced through contrast. I'm showing you this cute kitten because in the next scene I will be burying the dead slugs that we picked up over the last few weeks, and it's one of the few times that I came very close to puking just from a smell. Oh God! Ugh. Oof! Blah. This is the worst smell ever! Last weekend we took the yurt apart to do some maintenance, and on Sunday evening late at night we put it back together, but we only did the bare minimum because it was very late. And the next day I was alone and a storm came. The whole yurt was literally shaken from left to right, and the top cover all the way on the top was catching so much wind. And there was rain coming into the yurt, so I had my first challenge of showing myself worthy of living in a yurt. I went outside, put all the straps on top of it, and I felt like I was a knight conquering a dragon, because there's a lot of force in the wind. And eventually I luckily managed to keep the yurt on the ground and keep myself and the kittens safe. I bought this machete a few months ago in Indonesia. I was really happy to find out that you could actually just bring it in your check-in luggage. And we quickly realized that chopping nettles is very satisfying. So we were really having some fun at the end of the day. All in all, we got a lot done. I wanted to give an uncut overview of things that we are doing in the yurt, like peeing in a bottle. No, I'm kidding. That was actually making water kefir. If you're suffering from arachnophobia, skip the next part, because this was crawling on my girlfriend's leg.
Shit.
If you like flying around on the internet and using technology, but you also liked the natural vibes of this video, check out the video in the corner about hybrid life. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to plant or eat your broccoli.